To the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in week 9? Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Prescott looks to throw right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Ready, break. Ultra. Ready.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No. And this will remain a scoreless game. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. But no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. Just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Open man Lamb, it's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Throwing now is Lance. Looking for the out route, and he's got it. It's complete to McCaffrey. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing his Lance on third down. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Lance going to hold on to it. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The Lance now to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now Lance. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. Throwing, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Cowboys. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone. And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. second team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On second down, here's Mitchell. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. The playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And now they'll throw with Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack on 1st down, Lance, he'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. McCaffrey on the counter. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 22.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
The throw over the middle taken in. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. To throw, it's Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 15. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
A partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground. Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. Throwing on second and 14. Prescott able to hit his target Lamb. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he'll go right back to Lamb. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Second and 9. Prescott from the gun. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, the first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Prescott yet again.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be fourth down.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Lance looking to throw it.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
To their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Point after, right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board. They begin to have hope.
Here we go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Working from the gun, Lance.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2 and it brings up 4.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
A first down throw for Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run at first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They run the counter. Felton. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Elliott going to get it again on second down. Zeke with it, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And they will take over 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A jet sweep. Here's Tolbert. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run on 1st down. Felton. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Oh, a heck of a move. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st down, Felton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now Elliott. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
3 quarters Games have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got a pick before? That's my turn now to make the big play. And that's exactly what he did.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake. And he is not going to get the first, but remember, it was only 1st down, so a bit of an odd play, and it results in 2nd down. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Seems pretty obvious defensively. Key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
Share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP?
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
On second down, Felton again.
And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Demetric Felton.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Right back to Mitchell on second down.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Davis Price on first and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Second down, and again it's Davis Price. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Lance.
And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Felton. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
10th carry now for Elliott. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
On 2nd down now, Felton. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
109 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
And didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for Dallas, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.